We've been talking about this basically since they decided to make boots, and that would be Adidas, that they're going to just eventually abandon the snowboard industry. And we are now hearing strong rumors, not just the, people making whispers, but like some stuff that's got some substance behind it about Adidas being done.
Yeah.
Which, again, like, it's gone past the whole, like, I don't know if Adidas is going to stick around, but now it's gone into, like, hey, if you want Adidas boots, maybe go get them now. That's where it's turned into, at least. Like, that's the climate around the rumors, is no longer just, they might be done, but now, too, you should probably go get boots if you want them.
Well, so from what I was able to ascertain from asking different people and whatnot, they will be around for 2021. There's going to be carry forward from this year. Depending who you ask, it's hit or miss on if they're going to release any of the new colorways or if they're just going to go with stock black colorways, white, whatever. It's going to be around for another year, but they've fired all their rep force. The guy that handled Adidas Outdoor is now handling Adidas Snowboarding, and he's the only rep, and he has to deal with all territories in North America. Their social media account hasn't posted anything since December 19th, I believe. I can double check that right now. But, yeah, it's, let's see, when was the last? Yeah, December 16th, 2019 was the last one, and it was Tommy Gissemi in their outerwear. That's it. So, talking with people, figuring out what's actually going on and stuff. Everyone's saying this is probably, like, this upcoming season will be the last year.
Yep.
Talking with one of the local shops, he's like, "Oh, this is great. It's just like when Nike went out. I tripled my order and ordered everything I could and anything they had on closeout, and then people would come in and I'd sell them 3 pairs of boots at a time."
Yep.
At full price because they knew it. So if you have an Adidas foot, I guess buy it. But I've always felt their boots are fucking garbage. And it's funny because I've always said, because Adidas is like, we're not like Nike. We're not. They literally pulled a fucking Nike. It's so funny. Nike came out with Never Not, and I think it was 2 weeks or 2 months after Never Not, they pulled the fucking plug. It's like these guys did all those street part things and that video and like welcome to the team shit.
Yep.
Done. I mean, Jed's going to have to go find another sponsor.
Does Jed snowboard anymore?
Is he still on ride? I don't even know. I feel like he just came in, took a paycheck, and disappeared.
Maybe.
But, yeah, it's... I honestly don't give a fuck. I'm not surprised.
Yeah. They just never made a good boot. I wanted to back them. I was holding out hope. That they were actually not going to do the Nike thing. But I tried a couple of their different boots. The fit on their boots was so inconsistent between all the different models. Like the
from every year.
Yeah, the Blauvelt was one of the most like low volume boots in snowboarding I think I've ever put my foot into.
When you tried it on, did it feel crooked to you? Like I put it in.
Yeah, it felt like I was canted to the inside.
It made me knock-kneed as shit, and the cuff was so high, it sat on my tendon and the base right below my kneecap. Like I could feel my kneecap hitting the liner.
Yeah, like it
was so big. That was the first year. Then they changed it on the second year. The Samba felt like more normal, but the second I flexed in it, I could see it like starting to crease in weird spots. Right. And from what I heard,
I had a set of ADVs that I wanted to like. They were using ultra line liners, so they weren't trying to pull some nonsense of making shit liners. Like their high end stuff was a good liner because it's not theirs. They weren't designing it. But the shape of the shell was terrible. There was no recurve in the heel at all, so the back of my heel was just slamming into the shell, and it was just wildly uncomfortable. Like I couldn't even ride them.
I almost think the people that swear by Adidas boots, like everyone I talk to, I think they just buy them big.
Yeah, I think they must. Because I just don't think the fit is there.
The other thing is how fucking bulky they were.
Yeah.
Oh my God, those boots, like... I watched a dude put one in a size 11 on a board that was like a 25.5 or 25.8 waist width. So underneath the inserts, should have been like 26 something. It was like so much overhang, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" They were so fucking bulky.
Yeah, they were always so bulky.
And let's talk about how ugly their fucking outerwear is. I feel like that just set back fashion trends in snowboarding because the kids jumped on it.
Oh, yeah.
So bad. Like everyone's wearing fucking track pants. It's like, God, dude, yeah, we did that in the 90s, but that's because we didn't have good outerwear. A lot of us just didn't have access to it.
Yeah, the whole bungee thing at the bottom of your snow pant, that's because of Adidas.
So
they caused that.
Fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Dude, their outerwear just always looked like shit. And it was funny, whenever I was playing around with it, it just never felt like quality. Like, I'd start looking at the seams and shit, and it just, I was like, oh man, this shit'll blow out, dude. It just never...
It just never felt 100%.
Yeah. I always felt like the best way to sum it up was like that they half-assed it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, because I don't really follow skateboarding anymore, but someone was saying that they let go of their skate team, which I cannot confirm or deny, and I don't believe that. Or that or maybe it was like they cut the rep force for it. I don't know. I heard a bunch of different things from different people, and like a lot of people that did Adidas skate did Adidas Snow. So I was like, okay, that if you got rid of one, you probably lost the other. So
right.
I could see that, and but I mean, at this point, I'd go with it's 90% true. Adidas is done, and
yeah, everything's pointing that way.
I just love how people always get butthurt with me when I'm like, they're not going to be here in 5 to 10 years. And they're like, oh, you're such a negative person, blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, it's just like China. The Chinese snowboard team is sponsored by Fila for outerwear, which means Fila boots are probably not far behind, and I own FilaSnowboarding.com, and I will sell that to the Chinese for a lot of fucking money. I'm okay with that. But, 686 New Balance.
Yeah.
Then New Balance tried to spin it off into its own brand, and that, what was that, 3 years?
Yeah.
Nike tried snowboard boots, 3-4 times?
Something like that.
That didn't work. Adidas, Osiris.
Oh, yeah.
People always forget that Osiris made boots.
Mm-hmm.
You start thinking about that, and you start thinking about different companies that have come and gone in the boot space.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to design snowboard boots, but that would mean I'd have to learn SolidWorks. And right now I don't have the time with what I'm doing, but if I could sit down and do it, I could. But there's so many good boots from brands that have been doing it far longer than any of these people that come in.
Yeah.
That was the thing with Adidas the first year. They hired the old DC boot designer guy that sucked. Yeah. He got fired for making shitty ass boots.
Yeah. DC started making good boots after they got rid of that guy.
Yeah. Like that guy sucks at making boots. Like, he's just not. I swear to God, they got people that have like design degrees that don't really snowboard.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Fuck, man. It's like Nike. All they did was take a Zoom and made the Zoom Force out of it. All they did was just put it in. It's so funny. All the people are like, the Nikes were so comfortable and they broke in so fast, but they always smelled it. Yeah, because they had fucking cardboard in them.
Yeah.
They were made with fucking cardboard.
Mm-hmm. The Flow dudes with one of Scotty's boots cut it in half in cardboard. In the Lunars.
In the Lunars, yeah.
$600 boot, cardboard and a liner. So
no, it wasn't in the liner. It was in the shell between.
It
was the shell. If you cut the shell,
okay.
It was in the back spine.
Yeah.
It was a Nomex cardboard, so it was an epoxy covered cardboard. That's just them cutting corners versus using something that's actually like a plastic or a urethane or a nylon in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fucking. These companies are just straight garbage, and I love when people are like try to defend them to me, and I just look at them and I'm like, you don't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
How many boots have you sold to people in your life? Because I know for me it's tens of thousands at this point. And fucking fuck them. But it always makes me feel happy when they go out, and I was like, well, told you so.
Yeah, the told you so feels real good with this.
Yeah, so.